Hi guys, Jeremy Solt here with Banana Hobby, and I wanted to first things first let you guys know that within this video you're going to have only one-sided audio in there. There's a setting within the DJI mic that I somehow goofed up and missed within the recording on this, and you only get one shot at unboxing. So hopefully you guys can see past that and enjoy the beauty of this airplane and enjoy the effort that we put into trying to make this video for you. So again, thanks for watching. Appreciate your guys' support. And check us out at bananahobby.com. Hi guys, Jeremy Solt here with Banana Hobby. We got for you our first brand new model from JetRuler, our brand new manufacturer of composite line RC airplanes sold at Banana Hobby. This is the 1/8.5 F-16 Fighting Falcon. We're excited to show you. Take a check right here. Okay, so here is how the aircraft comes. The only thing that I've done is I've taken out some of the tons of layers of foam like this out of the box, just so that you guys can see it a little easier by me tilting the airplane. It looks fantastic from what I've seen, but they did a really good job of trying to protect the airplane for you so there's not any damage from shipping. And so just so you know, what we're going to do is we're going to quickly skim through this. We're going to take everything out of the box, set it on the table because nobody cares about the box. So here we go. All right, the box has been removed. This is how it would look on the inside. Just everything is kind of still packaged and secured. So we're going to, everybody wants to see the fuselage. We're going to start with that real quick. And so, like I said, all I've done is I pulled the foam out of the actual box so that we could just show you how it's actually being held. All right, I have a little razor blade somewhere over here, so we can cut some of this tape. All right, this is where we're going to go fast forward, so you're going to see this in fast motion.
All right, you are go. All right, you are go. We see the Earth. You got it. We see the Earth now. You got it.
All right, how about that time lapse? Anyway, so we've taken off everything in regards to the foam that was protecting all this airplane. The only thing that we've done in the time lapse after that is we actually brought the landing gear down so that we could actually set the airplane down without setting it on the ventrals. So that is what we've done. Again, this airplane is the JetRuler 1.8 F-16. It's got a wingspan of 52.9 inches and a weight of 17 pounds. Okay, it's got some really neat landing gear on there. The length, once you get everything together, is 71 inches in length. Pretty cool size on there. This is still a size that you can actually put into your vehicle and transport around. It's not too large, and it's not going to feel like it's super bulky. Pretty awesome scheme. How does that look? I think the thing is absolutely awesome. This scheme I chose is based upon the Viper demo team scheme that they used in the years 2020 through 2024, even though they got a new scheme now, which is super awesome. It's a heritage homage to the original very first F-16. That one is also available here. So there's 5 different schemes you can get on there. But anyway, enough said on that. Let's get this airplane semi together for you to be able to see it. As we opened it up, we were able to look and examine the entire airplane. Neat features that we saw on the fuselage is this cockpit. This cockpit is absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to do a little close look on there for you so you can see. But this thing looks exactly like what I remember working on while I worked on the F-16 for my time in the U.S. Air Force. So pretty dang cool. It looks awesome. And it comes just like this with a pilot in there and ready to go. However, this does have a pretty good amount of weight for the detail that it does have. So let's get close and we'll show you that. All right, check out this detail. I wanted to give you guys an up and close inside here. Look at that detail. It is absolutely remarkable. I mean, you even got the yellow and black ejection handles um, everywhere on there. Absolutely detailed. You've got your landing gear control panel over here with all your yellow caution stuff on there. The gear handle. I mean, they detailed this thing up. I'm trying to get it to where you can see this thing in the best view without, I mean, look at that. You cannot beat that cockpit. Absolutely fantastic. Super job on there. And now let's get back to the rest of the airplane. All right, so what you got inside of the equipment bay is you've got your JP light controller here on the left, your brake controller, and your landing gear controller with door controller all right up there in the setup there. Then what you've got back here, you've got a glass UAT system, all pre-plumbed, but obviously we want you guys to always inspect everything. And then the engine bay, we will open this up. Little dude, my assistant, is helping me out. And here is inside the engine bay. And so again, you've got a 2,000 milliliter fuel tank. You got your spot to be able to put a 60 to 102 Newton motor inside there. Going back to the airplane, you've got LED lights for the Afterburner. Pretty cool setup on there. And what we're going to do is I'm going to flip this airplane over and show you a little bit more detail on the bottom. And we'll go from there. All right, this is the bottom view now. Bottom view has your servos and your connections for your horizontals to be able to connect. All ready to go. Obviously, you're going to have to adjust them. Your ventrals are fixed. They are not going to go anywhere. Here's your main landing gear. Pretty nice setup inside there. Brakes, aluminum gear. Your landing gear doors are not cheap servos. They are actually good servos. They're actually a full-size servo. Your nozzle steering. That is how it is rigged up. Good to go on there. All aluminum gear. You have your vent plug established here and ready to go. Pretty neat setup on this airplane. Now we'll talk about some of the other items. All right, so the front of the airplane, the radome area, is actually got a wood deck that you have to install on here. And so it came with the screws installed on there. I've taken those out. We're going to quickly put those screws in and be able to put the radome on this so that you can get the full look on there. The front deck is installed. All it was the 2 screws on there. They are installed. Now what I noticed is when I was doing that, the actual fuel fill line is actually right here, up there in the front. So the fuel line will go there. Your vent line is over on the wing. And yeah, so this is how the radome will actually go on. I did find a little bit of damage on the radome, so I'm going to have to get some color match paint right here for that and get that fixed. And then there's your pitot that screws in right to the front. Pretty nice setup. I think it's pretty good looking. So there you go. That is how the nose section comes together. We're going to put this cockpit back on so you can get the whole full look on there. Pretty neat. And now we'll talk about the rest of this stuff from the other view. All right, that was a pretty good in-depth look at the fuselage on there now. Now we're going to take a look at the other items on there and slide this bad boy to the side there. All right, so we got your 2 horizontals here. They are a lot different than what I've seen on there. These actually have a nice flat spot on here and a cut groove spot for a keyway to be able to go into your fuselage there. So pretty neat little setup there. Again, always take a look at all your stuff and make sure everything looks good. We'll get those put into the airplane here shortly. Next, we're going to look at the vert. Take a look at that vert. It looks pretty good. Nice paint job on there. Very good detail. And that is not just a decal, it is painted into the airplane. So you're not going to worry about your decals start coming off there. And here's a cool little feature. It's got an anti-K on the top like it should. So I love the anti-Ks, except for that they used to shock me all the time working on that jet, many times up there. And then you also got your nav or your formation light back here in the back too. So neat little setup. Wires are all hanging out in the bottom, and then you'll be able to attach it through the side. It's got a clamp setup on there to be able to hold that onto the actual back of the airplane. So we'll put that on in just a minute too. All right, we got our left and our right wings. They did a fantastic job on this scheme. It looks good. Looking at pictures online didn't do it any just, but this is pretty beautiful. I can't wait to get it all nice and clean. Cool thing is you've got your lights on the wingtips, so pretty neat on there. Now, something cool about F-16s is they always fly with some type of a pylon onside their wingtips. Whether they're the Thunderbirds or whether they're any other kind of demo team or whatnot, they will always have some type of a wingtip pylon on there because of the electrical connections that they have on the wings here, on the real ones. So this one comes with some 120s on the wings, even though they probably don't fly them with the demo team on there. But again, any demo team can and has to be mission critical or wartime capable within a certain time frame. So there you go. Looks cool with 120s on there. I've always loved an F-16 with some 120s on the end. So pretty cool on there. And again, they're going to get captive. They're going to get screwed on there with some hex bolts here that are already installed in the airplane. Fuselage wings, they have screw points that are underneath to where you're going to end up putting your hex screw up in there. Probably either a 2.5 or 3 millimeter in there to be able to grab them. And they've got a pinch type connection on there. And so we'll put that on here in just a little bit. So again, always take a look at your wings, make sure everything looks good, make sure that the surfaces move as they should, and always check your servos. I like to actually run my servos for a little while. So once I get an airplane running or whatnot, I will actually run the servos several times just to make sure that everything's running as they should and get kind of like a pre-workout inside them. So pretty neat in there. Looks like the wing wires actually fell in there, so I'll have to get some needle nose to get them out. But again, always look at your airplane, make sure all your surfaces are good to go. And then if you don't have anything right, please let us know early enough in the situation of opening it and validating it, and we'll do what we can to get with the company and work with this. So that being said, everything looks adequate. Everything looks perfect on there. So I'm just going to get a soft installation of everything real quick. We'll do it again in the fast mode so that you can see this real quick and see a final look temporarily installed. So again, here we go.
We see the Earth. You got it. We see the Earth now. All right.
All right, guys, hopefully you like that time lapse. The thing that I did notice while in there was when you want to put your pylons on to the end of the wingtips, you actually have to unsecure your missiles first, which has 2 screws that are down below. And now I can't get this out. There we go. There you go. So it's got 2 screws that are underneath that you have to take out so that you can actually slide the 120 out of the actual pockets that hold it. Then you got your 2 screws to be 2 bolts actually to be able to install them back in. So there you go. Pretty neat setup in here. It looks great. It wasn't too bad. I didn't do any of the quick connects. I just stuck the wings on and I stuck the verts on. So it seems like it's going to be a really quick build on there. I'll let you know if there's anything I find in the next few videos of this airplane on hopefully the setup and get you guys squared away on there. But anyway, I'm really impressed with this airplane. We're going to do a 360 of this thing so you can see the whole thing on there. It looks absolutely fantastic. And I'm really excited because it's the Viper demo team. So pretty dang cool. Looks great. Absolutely stunned over how much detail that cockpit has on there. Awesome that they got the plumbing already squared away. Pretty neat on there. And the size of this thing is actually really, really decent size. I said that before. Easy for transportation, but yet it's not too overwhelming. So again, we'll go back over the specs on this real quick. The wingspan is 52 inches, 52.9. So I'm going to round up just so you guys know. So 53 inches in wingspan. The length is 72 inches. The weight is about 17 to 18 pounds in there. Okay, that's the flying weight. We recommend that you go with a 60 to 102 Newton motor. I would not go anything more than 102 on there. We have flown airplanes like this before with an Sweewind 80 in there, and the thing was a ballistic rocket, so I could only guess what a 102 would be. It comes with 9 servos in there. They were the GDW or GW. Let me make sure what servos those were. Pull that back off and look. So they are actually King is what they call them. King servos inside there. Sorry, again, this is as new to me as it is you guys. And again, we're doing some pretty neat stuff on there. I'll open this up and I'll make sure what the door servos are, make sure they're the same brand, or if they're not, we'll tell you. Looks like, I think they're the same. So tilt it and take a look. Yep, so it says King 2209M is what the actual number is, so that you guys can see that. So if you guys want to look up the specs on that, I'm going to look up the specs here later and get a little bit more detail in there once I get this thing starting to be assembled. So there you go, pretty neat on there. So it has the 9 servos in there. The cockpit with the pilot, I cannot say how awesome that is. It brings back all kinds of memories with how everything looks inside there. You got lights on the airplane. There are 5 current schemes available. We're hoping to try and get different schemes on there, a little bit more custom of what we want. And then the last thing is 2,000 milliliter fuel tank. So pretty neat stuff on there. This airplane will be available as soon as we end up evaluating it and making sure it's everything that we want. But I am pretty dang proud of looking at this thing. It's got some really cool panel lines to it. I've spent a whole bunch of time up inside the bay up here called the PDU bay. You've got all your armament bays up here, fuel tank bays. I've done a lot of airplane work on this real airplane, so pretty cool. So again, if you have any questions, hit me up. I'm Jeremy with Banana Hobby. Thanks for watching the unboxing of the brand new company to us, our manufacturer, JetRuler. Stay tuned for more airplanes. It's going to be neat. Thanks for watching.